guys, what's up? I know, it's weird, I'm back so soon. I've just been feeling really inspired to make YouTube videos and I want to bring this content to you. So if that's exciting to you, then definitely keep on watching. If you read the title of this video and you obviously clicked on it for a reason, you're really interested in this topic of highly sensitive people. And I'm gonna share my experience about being an HSP plus being a extrovert, because that's another layer to the whole HSP topic. So if you're really interested or you suspect that you might be an HSP, then definitely keep on watching, like my video, and subscribe to my channel because I'm really trying here, guys. I'm really trying and I want to bring the best content to you guys as fast as possible. So if you guys are interested, then keep on watching. All right. So I recently discovered that I am a HSP, a highly sensitive person. I'm also an extrovert, which adds another layer of complexity to this whole thing. But I really want to make this video to give you guys insights into my life and also see if there's any similarities into your life if you suspect that you're an HSP. An HSP people, or highly sensitive person or people, have this genetic trait in your DNA, and I recently just figured this out like a few weeks ago. I've always known that I've been really sensitive, but I never knew that it was a genetic trait. And the fact that now I know that it's a genetic trait, I'm relieved, because I just thought I was crazy for the longest period of time, and I would hate myself, literally tell myself, like, why are you so sensitive? Why are you crying all the time? Why do you experience all these different things? And why? It makes so much sense. Hindsight is also 2020. Like, looking at my life, picking out moments in my life where I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense of why I am this way. So it's crazy to like put this out there. I am an HSP and I'm proud to say that, because I've hated myself for it for such a long time. A highly sensitive person comes with different characteristics, and it's about 15 to 20% of the total population of the world. So that's a small group of us. But an added level to that is that 30% of HSPs are extrovert, and I happen to fall into that category. But a few characteristics about HSPs, and just touching on my real life experiences, is one, we feel everything. I am constantly bombarded with people's energies, people's emotions, and sometimes most of the time it's very overwhelming. We feel everything and we're also just highly stimulated. And when you get highly stimulated, it also prevents us from, it stalls everything. Like, you just go numb and you're like, okay, I gotta go. Being an extrovert and being in rooms, I thrive. I am super social. I feed off of people's energies, and I can read people's energies like almost immediately. Like, that person has a good vibe, that person doesn't. I need to stay away from that person. Not so good, great energy, I want to stay around. Like, I can analyze a room very quickly and then find people that I just naturally gravitate to. The other thing is that I also am an empath, so I take people's energies and then I relate it back. So I have I'm very in tune with other people's energies, and it allows me to connect with them on a deeper level very quickly, like very quickly. And it's something that is my superpower. Like, I've always loved that about myself. I've always loved the fact that I can literally relate to someone going through a different situation, but just like being there and present with them and just feeling what they're feeling, whether it's crying or joy or whatever. Like, I get super excited about everything if that person is excited. As an extrovert, I'll try to change the dynamic in the room. So if I can sense all the energies, I basically try to like fix the energy deficiency in the room, but that also takes away my energy. So after a certain period of time, I need to basically just leave and like get out of that, because I'm highly like I'm overstimulated and I need to shut down. And that's another thing about extroverted HSPs, is that we need a lot of downtime because we take on a lot of energy and we also exert a lot of energy out there. I hope you guys are tracking with me, because this is how I feel all the time. All right, guys, so another characteristic about HSPs, and this is something that really, really affects me, is light. Sounds, things like that, taste, smells, they overstimulate me. I don't go to places with a lot of activity in that sense, because the sounds, the noises, that's another thing that HSPs are very, very, that I hear a lot from HSPs, is that they pick up on subtleties. So I can pick up subtle sounds in the background of things. So if I hear sirens, or, you know, I can hear just like water droplets sometimes, because I'm very sensitive to sounds, lights. If something is super bright, I get into a really bad mood. I just feel like it's blaring on me. My boyfriend loves playing music in the mornings, and if it's too loud, it irritates me, and it's like in my ear. I don't know how to explain it, but that's one thing that when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, like this makes so much sense, because I've always been sensitive to light, sound, smells, and taste. Food, when I can taste food, it's like the best thing ever, and I feel all these different emotions when it comes to sounds, lights, and things like that. I love music. I love going to things that stimulate those senses for me, but if I get overstimulated, that's also not good. That's one thing I wanted to touch on as well, is that you'll know if you're a highly sensitive person if you are attuned to all these senses, to your senses like that. I can't wear wool because I will start itching almost immediately. If there's a tag on the back of my shirt, it will literally bother me all day until I rip it off. So things like that. I love textures. Like I love certain types of textures, and it soothes me if I play with it. But then there's things that I'm immediately just like not drawn to. It's like it repulses me. So that's another characteristic of being an HSP. Another thing is that I can't have other people touch me unless I know it's good energy. That sounds really weird, but I'll give you an example. I live in New York City. People walk and hit each other all the time. Like they bump into each other on the street. I get shoulder checked maybe like once a week in the subway, and that energy transfer in that like immediate moment really messes me up. If someone is super angry, I take on their anger almost immediately. I absorb what they feel. I'm like a sponge, and I take in all this energy and like emotion and mood, and sometimes it like sticks with me to the point where like I can't let it go, and it really bothers me. One thing that I started doing recently, which I wasn't doing before, is writing those scenarios down. That allows me to release it back into the world. Sounds really foo-foo, but it's true. And if you're an HSP or like tracking with me, like I feel like you would get this entire situation. A few other things that I want to just touch on is like I can't watch scary movies or anything that frightens me. I try not to listen to like scary podcasts or you know, murder mysteries and things like that, because it really messes with me and it sticks with me for a long period of time. I'm also very in tune with like spiritual things. Like, I think there's the real world and then a spiritual world that sits on top of it. When I was a kid, this actually was a lot stronger than it is now. I would be so terrified of sleeping because I didn't know what it was, but I would see things that other people wouldn't see. I would wake up at certain times in the night and like couldn't fall asleep again, just like feeling either really heavy or just like feeling light, and it was strange. It was strange. I recently had one of these experiences almost 2 years ago, and I haven't had one since in that intense way that like whatever, but I'll go into another video if you guys want to hear whatever that is. Also, I'm really, really creative, and not the creative like I sing or I draw or I write poetry or anything like that, but my mind is very creative and my imagination is even more intense. You know, I started my business, I've started multiple businesses, and I feel like I've figured out solutions to things that haven't really come out yet and things like that. So like my creativity comes out in business and other people's creativities may come out in different ways. We are very in tune with our intuition. Like, I'm very in tune with my intuition, and I know if that's a bad situation or a good situation. For like I would say 95% of the time my intuition's like spot on about people, about situations, and about things. I need to follow it more. HSPs are great leaders. We empathize with people. We just see other people's emotions and needs and wants, and we can really connect with them at a very, very deep human level almost immediately. For me, I'm going to build this company to have multiple employees and, you know, hopefully influence more people. That's one of the traits that, you know, is our superpower for HSPs. Like, that is our superpower, is deep human connection very, very early on. Our intuitions are really strong, and we need to follow those intuitions because we know, like, it's a part of our DNA. Like, we know that that's good or that's bad. Like, please start following your intuition if you're an HSP. If you're a extrovert, do yourself a favor and take some time for yourself. Reclaim that time for yourself, whether that's meditation or writing or even just sleeping or not doing work very quickly. Like, my mornings are my sacred time. Like, I don't rush to work. I don't schedule meetings before a certain time because I know that I need my morning to just reflect and think and do all the things that I need to do and just like emotionally prepare myself for the day. So if you guys watched this video for this long, then please put a lightning bolt emoji. I think that's like legit. And if you guys, have questions or want deeper dives into what extroverted HSPs go through, then definitely put your questions below. I'm happy to make another Q&A video because I know that my brain goes everywhere. I know. And if you guys have tracked with me this far, I'm so happy and you guys are awesome. I want to make this channel a thing. So if you guys like this video, then comment down below, subscribe to my channel, and like this video. And I will see you guys in my next one.